All right, let's start this show. All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Well, after all the brouhaha, the S&P and the Dow are at all-time highs. I mean, the Dow's been there, but the S&P is at all-time highs here. So,
Can we get a new shirt out? I survived the sell in May and go away.
sure, we're a week into the month, but sure.
Yeah, no. Little dip off to open, really brief though. And if you were looking for a gap fill based on the daily range, man, you had to be quick because 96.50 was a high from yesterday. We went to 95.50 and just turned around, ripped through the pre-market high. You know, that's something that I like to keep an eye on. 42.32 and a quarter. We're only 2 points away from that as we trade at 42.30. Going to make a new all-time closing high by, well, if we close here, we'll be by over 20 handles, which is very bullish. The crude, that's up 11 cents at 64.82. Gold, knocked on the door of 1850, got turned back at 1844.60, but still up 1740 at 1833.10. Silver, that got to 27.80, up 7.8 cents at 27,555. Bitcoin, nice day, still in the trading range though. That's up $1,580 at 57,760. Kind of interesting on the futures here for the Bitcoin, approaching Monday's high. Haven't been able to take it out. We'll see if they can do that over the weekend.
I don't remember the last time that every sector was in the green for a given day, but that's the case today. Every sector is up. Staples are barely up. They're like an XLP is basically flat, but it's up, and every sector is in the green. I don't remember the last time that happened.
Right, and the banks, they got hit a little bit off that jobs number. Actually opened up near their lows of the session. We haven't looked at. Should we look at good old J.P. Morgan? Let's look at some banks. You want to look at some banks? We haven't looked at banks in a long time.
Well, I was all prepared to say, oh, the Fed was out with their report, their semi-annual report last night, and they were talking up the banks, but then that got thrown out the window with the jobs number today. So anyway,
this is a new all-time high.
Yep.
Look at this, or just about. This was a crazy day. This must have been earnings day when you got 131.69 back in March. Gave that back quickly. You didn't quite get there yet today. 161.50. So there's your bogey. We still got some time left. It looks like a new. What happened on this day? What happened in March? Was that no? Wasn't an expiration? Let's see what the all-time closing high. Boom, boom, boom.
I was on the 18th. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. What happened March 18th? 157.65 was the closing high that day. Do you remember?
But that may have been the day the Fed reinstated. No. Yeah. That was the day. It was the. No, that wasn't it. Wait, the 18th or the 19th? Yeah, the 18th.
18th, yeah.
I don't actually know.
Yeah. I'll tell you one other thing too. If you're, whether you're new or old seasoned trader, when you see price action like that on a particular day, it's always fun to go back and look and see what the news was, just to see if something happened. It really with biotech stocks, it happens quite a bit. But just to see what the news was, it an earnings day, was it an earnings reaction? Because that was a pretty big 2-day fall for J.P. Morgan, but right back up. Let's look at Bank America, BAC. I know it's not a new all-time high because this thing $55, but definitely a multi-year high for the move. Undercut the low from yesterday, not by much. What other banks? We really have not been paying much attention to the banks, Spencer.
What other banks? So, because all the charts look the same. What, you want to bring up Morgan? You want to bring up Goldman? I mean, they all look identical. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, they're different though. Like Citi.
Wells Fargo?
Citi, that's knocking on the door. Wells Fargo. Oh, didn't Warren dump that one too?
I don't
I
remember.
think he did. Got an important level here, knocking on the yesterday's high, 669. Close right here, 662 right now, pressing up again, 59 bid at 60. So Wells Fargo, well above the level it was. Well, no, this is February, so it's above the February high. Are we working towards the January high? February high was 48.50. January high, we got a ways to go, 54.04. And what's Flagstar symbol?
Oh my god.
FBR or FGR or something?
FBC.
FBC. That is one. Actually, that got taken out, and that one I've been holding. That's one of the few banking holdings, but that I believe that's getting taken out. Somebody. We're coming into the last 23 minutes of trading here. Trying to get up over 32 and a quarter. We'll see. We're struggling here a little bit in the upper 42.20 handle.
Let's go to the chat. See what's
the chat.
There.
We ignored the chat today. We were kind of all over the place. We kind of ignored the chat today.
Some days are better than others. What about PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Spencer, you're starting to get like me. When you've been working with me too long. Because
why? What do you say?
Because someone said that today. They put it in the morning chat, and I don't think I called it.
Everybody knows that that's what it stands for.
It stands for Petroleum Basilio SA.
Yeah.
It's a slow mover, but it made its move. And it cleared out the sellers over 9, get a close over 9. Boom, boom, this high here. I don't know. Find out why it had this big gap down day. What happened? Something happened in Brazil that day. What was the cause for this move here? If you want to do your homework on this stock, folks. Is this Petrobras? Is it? Because there was. Is this the? I think it is. This is the nationalization.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah. Wow. Why is this thing down at a higher price? This is oil, right?
Yes, Joel.
I mean, come on. Where's the love for this stock? I mean, oil's come back. Wow. I did not. I kept on thinking. I remember Petrobras. I don't know. I mean, oil had a big comeback. I know that Brazil has been having a tough time here, but if we just want to go on a monthly basis here, I don't know, 1150. But this used to be. I remember this one. This used to be a high flyer that used to trade pretty good, and didn't we? I'm just surprised that it didn't recover with the remainder of the oil market.
All right, it actually has been a few days, I think, since we talked about Palantir. So that's the only reason I'm bringing it
up. It better be up today. Is it up today?
Is it up today?
It's not up today. I
thought everything was up today, not Palantir.
Oh, man. What now? I don't know. Whoa. Well, do you guys want the good news or the bad news?
Always the good news first.
Potential double bottom.
Hey, now.
Yeah. Yep. 1941. No, I wasn't born then. 1958. Nope, I wasn't born then either. But there you got buyers stepping up at 1950. The problem is you're at 1977, 1978. So breaching this low here. I put this in a while ago. Major support at 20. That was some monthly lows. So instead of looking at how many down days in a row is this for Palantir? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lower closes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lower highs. But you got a lower low. I mean, you got a higher low. 1941 versus 1958. So, and you got to figure Kathy's out there buying today. So, Best thing here, hang in here 1950, 20 a couple days, and maybe turn. Let's look at the right side of the chart instead of the left.
All right. There's a new tool, a new internal tool we have where we can see
Sure.
what the most searched stocks are on Benzinga Pro. And the first one that jumps out to me, we just discussed, is Peloton. But right after that is Roku. And they, of course, we discussed it briefly this morning. It got love. It moved up with the rest of growth thanks to that jobs report. And there was this sort of just reversal at the.
Ah, man, it was trading up like 20. I was thinking that. I don't like to look at the charts. I mean, it kind of did but it didn't take out. You see, it's a little tricky here because you did take out the pre-market high. You went to, you didn't even have a daily high here, but for our gap fill traders, and I know we have some of you out there, you had a gap fill at 332.03, right? There was a gap down. Is that right? Where's this gap right here? This was the high. So many gaps in here, man. This thing moves around. You had a gap to fill, and it looks like it just did. Filled it. Wow, this thing is a gapper. 332.03. That one I was looking at. It went to 37.24 and then reversed back on the lows. The thing is when you get pops in stocks like this, yeah, it can keep going for a little bit, but man, there's just so many people caught that you get this kind of price action. So maybe wait for it to come back down to 300. I know the Data Dog kind of did the same thing. I think I had talked about 79.60. Folks, you should take a look at this because, daily highs here. Yeah, I see you guys looking at intraday charts and shorter term charts, but if you were paying attention to daily highs, your 3-day high was 79.39. Your 4-day high was 79.91. Boom. Right in between that area. And then the dog got faded. Haven't quite got to the top of yesterday's range. 75.68. Pretty close. Got to 75.85.
Someone asked what you're using. Yes, Jacques, he is using TradeStation. That is Joel's preferred.
Who asked that?
Jacques Louis.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what Joel's using. All right. Lele is asking about MoneyGram, MGI. Not one I've looked at. They had earnings today. Stock's up 22% on that report. I guess the numbers are good. Let's pull it up in Pro real fast. MGI, MoneyGram, EPS worse than expected. Sales beat. They gave some guidance for this current quarter that was above the estimates.
This is what you got close here to this high. This is the high. This is your bogey, 884. What did you get to today? Today you got to 872. So, strong day. Little bit of sellers near that area, but really to do what you wanted to do. And this is a big day, so it's the first day you could do a 2-day move. But you want to get above here. And you want to show, hey, I could close above $9. And I'm going to work my way back up to fill this gap at 1032. Or even just hanging in here for a couple days. But definitely identifiable resistance there for MoneyGram. Did they switch over to the Bitcoin stuff or whatever? They had to, right?
I would imagine they're doing something with it, but I have to.
They should do more.
No,
looking at their stock price.
Sarah Egg is agreeing with Dennis and I this morning. Nice haircut, Joel. Okay, let's look at Big Five.
I got a mole cut, not just one. I got a mole cut,
not just one. I know.
That's a dad joke.
Yeah, okay.
And I hope everyone did their shopping for Mother's Day and got some nice Mother's Day's gift. Hey, Spencer, what I know you can get your mom?
What?
You could put actually a winning trade in her account.
I had a feeling that was coming. I had a feeling that was coming. No, I will have you know that my card has already arrived. I was early this year, so
she probably changed the passwords too on you.
Maybe. Okay, wait. Big Five, BGFV. This one was a runner. It had earnings when? On Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday after the close, they had earnings. Big beat on the EPS, big beat on the sales and guidance that was well above estimates, like a lot. Like they
Wow.
like by a factor of more than two above. So that they're, I'll just give you the number. The EPS, the Q2 EPS guidance. I'm sorry, the estimate. This is what the estimate was: 38 cents per share. That was the Q2 EPS estimate. The company came out and gave guidance of over $1. So from 38 cents to over $1. So a big beat on the EPS guidance for Big Five in the second quarter, the current quarter that we're in now. And they got some upgrades after that, and this thing has been a runner.
I mean, this kind of fits with our, well, this is tough because I think the reason I think these stocks are going to do okay is because during the pandemic, I think people wanted to get outside, like everything you can do to get outside, right? And do things. But now I think it's like people are like, wow, outside's pretty cool. So even though the pandemic's over, I think this is a trend that is going to continue. I really do. The outdoor stuff. So I'm not a fader. I'm not a fader of this at all. This is wow. How long has this stock been around? I have no reference point here. Wow, it's trading at what, $30. I don't know. I don't know if you can pick it up. Maybe just wait for a couple days in consolidation. Wow, you're getting back to some levels. Whatever this is my next target. Let's just call it $29. Well, no, it's above that. I mean, this thing's a runner. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just move your stop up and get taken out on a little bit of a downdraft here. But
Every single one of these, someone asked about BC, Brunswick. Every single one of these, they're all the same. All these outdoor recreational plays.
Forget this retracement.
No.
Wow, they make boats and bowling balls, right?
That's what I know them for. I don't know what else. I'm sure they make other things. I bet, but I don't know.
Boy, I don't know. Draw a trend line here and wait for that. And maybe if you're looking for resistance, draw a trend line along this way. Right near the highs of the session. I mean, with these kind of things, let's see, what was the close from yesterday? 15.19, open right there, had a little dip. I think the thing with these, I mean, I know you're looking for an entry on this thing. I don't know if I could help you. Yeah. I think the only thing would be like protecting, profits on this. And look at your $2 off the low from yesterday. So if you're keeping an eye on the lowest high of the move, I think that's a good thing. As far as looking for an entry point, boy, oh boy, that's a tough one.
All right, we're about to find out how much influence Kathy Wood still has because she's live on CNBC talking up Zoom. So I'm watching Zoom, and it's not moving. It's not moving. It's still moving a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, good news for Zoom is, it made the low of the right now. It's the low of the move. And wait, where's it at? Trading? It's still near the lows for the session.
No, it's not.
Yeah, if you want to lean, if you want to lean on a level, I guess you got 285.61. Nothing here on the monthlies. Boy, oh boy, tough call here. Did Peloton fade? I bet you it faded a little bit, but didn't give it all back. It did. It gave it all back. Man, oh man, oh man. Oh boy, that's bad. Give it all back like that. And you know what else? I mean, we didn't discuss DKNG here. Yeah. What did they do wrong?
Nothing. They did nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong.
Boy, when your stock falls out of favor with Wall Street, and you come out with a beat and raise guidance, and they do this to you. And then I did this as the pre-market prep stock of the day. Yeah. And I looked, man, there's a lot of people with buy ratings on this thing. So you had the earnings catalyst out of the way. I don't think Wall Street's going to come out and defend this stock. So man, oh man, oh man, $1.50 higher open. This was another one where, if you're keying off that opening print, 53.45, 53.51, went another 6 cents. They didn't even come close to taking out that open. Took out the low at 50.25, attempted to recover. That was right here. Boom. And then another leg down. Low for the year, 44.10 DKNG.
Let's look on over to the Benzinga.com chat. They're talking about Rocket. They're talking about EDC, which is Endeavor, which is UFC, Ultimate Fighting. But how did Rocket do today? Oh. Okay.
It doesn't sound like it did good, by Spencer. Yeah, man, oh man, Rocket. This is kind of hard because with the adjusted dividend, the old low was 17.50, right? But now with the adjusted dividend, we looked at this one. Man, off the earnings report, a lot of people caught. Maybe maybe what's the low, all-time low here? From the first, 16.39. I guess that's got to be your target now with the adjusted dividend currently trading 18.10. How did we trade off the open here? We had a close yesterday of 19.01. Open, boom, 19.20. The high, 19.20. Trading within 20 cents of the low of the day. Not quite the all-time low with the adjusted dividend.
And then EDR, we talk a lot of crap about IPOs because, as Eric Kroll told us repeatedly, 4 to 5 IPOs will undercut their IPO price. Well, this one or undercut their day one low, and this has not.
No, and what is this?
This is Endeavor. So this is the Italian agency that then went and bought the UFC. So now their main business is probably UFC, but prior to that, they were known for being a talent agency, slash studio in a way, but not really. Remember they tried to IPO 3 years ago and they couldn't. Wall Street basically rejected them because their balance sheet was like levered up, up to their eyeballs, and so then they stopped that, but then they turned around and they borrowed a bunch of money to buy UFC. So now UFC is the business. It's a talent agency and also UFC.
I mean, not much price history on this, but the price history you have tells you that you've been up here. You're up here on this day, and you faded. You're up here on this day, and you faded hard. Now you're up here again. So 3 highs in the same area. For sure, you're looking through follow through. 3 of the last 5 highs between 32.40 and 32.58, which is the all-time high. So you have your clear bogey here. I don't know if it's going to blast through it today, tomorrow, or next week, but most likely it will need to form some lows in this area. Get a little bit of support, inch up here, and then try the blast. But just looking at the last 3 times that this stock was up, or last 2 times prior, I mean, it's giving you good resistance. So see if it can break that. Pretty new stock. Oh, the month changeover, so you have 2 monthly charge. Someone said something about Coinbase. What's that? Is that doing something today?
No, probably nothing good.
It's an inside day. It's off the low. It's up a couple bucks, so up 660. That's not a bad day. Is the bottom in? I don't know. Maybe a couple more days of chop here. You're thinking at some point it's going to have to take. I mean, that's a big move off an IPO. You think at some point, you're going to have to give people some kind of chance here at 310, 320. A little bit of a bounce, but so far, crypto's been hanging in there and hasn't been good for Coinbase.
I'm just looking ahead to Monday on the earnings front. I see a couple of things that interest me. I see Marriott, MAR, BNTX, BioNTech is interesting. Tyson Foods, I'm seeing. What else? Here, you know what? Let me show you all what I'm looking at so you can see exactly.
Sure.
When I say what I'm seeing, you can see what I'm seeing too. There it is up on the screen. This is the earnings calendar for next week, and I've sorted it by estimated revenue. Roblox is Monday. Yeah.
How's that doing?
I don't know. RBLX, look it up.
Not good. IPO, man, this has been a tough one. Low on the day of the IPO, so that's still good. Boy, this thing's volatile. Kind of got the accordion chart going here. What I'd say with 4 lows in this area here, and you hit it yesterday, just do that target range, maybe 62 to 65. Looks like you're finding a base here above this low, so it's not a bad looking chart.
And then I saw Win, and I saw crap. What was the last one that I just saw? There's one.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't be Win. I mean, I don't know how this falls in with.
Triple D is what I saw. Triple D anyway.
I mean, I don't know if the DraftKings or the Penn, that correlation's there, but Win, it's got an area right here you want to see it take out from the last 2 days. Let's just split them and call it 127. Looks like you have some upside on this one. And what was the other one?
Triple D.
Oh, yeah. Well, it may have stopped going down. It had the break, tried to recover, so definitely forming some major support here. Just undercut last month low, 1846, 1796. So, it's a monthly. So you have an identifiable area where it breaches that, you can find out where you're wrong on the trade. I don't know when earnings are coming or anything like that, but wow.
Triple D is Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
I guess. Man. I guess if I had to flip a coin, just because of the huge sell-off, I'd probably want to lean long into the report, but that certainly hasn't been the trend. Major resistance, 20, just call it 23 and a quarter.
Okay, because he referred to me by my last name, which only Jason calls me, let's look at Nano, NNDM.
Really?
This is a Kathy Wood favorite.
So it's probably been going down.
Yes.
Oh, man. Help me out here, Spencer. I mean, was it 9, hit 6? I mean, this low at 624 coincides with this low at 650. But you're right there right now. So,
hey, look at that. We're closed. All-time highs. What do you know?
By pretty good. We backed off that 32 and a quarter. Nice settlement up here. New all-time closing high by over 20 handles. So, Jerome and Jeanette, they said, hey, we don't need rates going up yet because we're worried about employment. And you know what? That's what this report reflected. I think also Biden talking earlier in the week that he was happy with a 25% corporate tax rate. Mm-hmm. I think that's something was an overhang in the market. But hey, you can't argue with the results. New all-time high, new all-time closing out.
All right, 300 viewers right now and 50 likes is not going to cut it, ladies and gentlemen. So give us a like if you can. End our week on a high note, everyone. It was a good week.
Great week. A little bit of a dip, but buy the dip prevails again.
We are definitely on the downswing of earnings season, but that's okay. There will be more to come next week. Smash the like button for Joel. Joel, I'll talk to you. Have a good one, and try not to put any more of your passwords in Slack where everyone can see them.
Okay, happy Mother's Day to everyone.
Happy Mother's Day. All right, everyone. That's a wrap. Mitch, do you have anything more you want to add? I want to give you final word. Mitch has one thing. I think he wants to preview Money Mitch, which is in 2 hours. Is that correct? You want to preview? That's whiskey and stocks. That's it. Well, what kind of whiskey are we drinking? I can drink some whiskey. I don't think we have it in the office anymore. We used to.
Come on by. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about the top trending stories of the week. So definitely come on by.
All right. Money Mitch, 6 o'clock Eastern time, right here, youtube.com/Benzinga TV. One last thing, and I'm going to hop off, okay? Next Thursday, to be precise, is our next small cap event. If you're wondering, well, who's speaking? Who's presenting? You're about to find out. bzsmallcap.com 2-day event. I'll be emceeing one track on the first day. bzsmallcap.com. I'm out. Everyone, have a great weekend. Smash the like, please. And I'll see you on Monday morning.